Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here. Alright, and now continuing these reviews for top 10 best hand-drawn anime Disney movies with my review of number 3, which is Aladdin. So yeah, Aladdin, it is a great movie. I mean, it's probably like really one of the most popular anime Disney movies, and yes, it deserves all of it. I mean, Aladdin is just a really great movie. I mean, loved it since I was a kid, and yeah, yeah, it just hasn't. As I've gotten older, it just nothing has changed for how much I really loved this movie. I mean, yeah, this was like my fav. This was like really my favorite hand-drawn anime Disney movies. I probably place this as at number 2. Because yeah, I mean, if I'm going by favorites, this is my second favorite hand-drawn anime Disney movie of all time. I mean, yeah, I really do love it a lot. I mean, yeah, I even have like a poster for the movie right here. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've had this for quite a while. I mean, yeah, found this poster at the store years ago and bought it. I mean, yeah, just I really did one since I liked the movie a lot. And yes, Aladdin, it is a great film. I mean, Nostalgia Critic has like said that this is kind of like the first Disney movie that was really for boys, because yeah, with like all stuff like Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast and movies like that, while those movies were like still like real great movies, yes, they were like you could say like they were not really like really just for girls, but I mean you could kind of see like there were, especially like with Little Mermaid, there was really like more geared to girls, even though like boys and men could still really enjoy them. Yeah, but with this one, and this really has stuff for like boys could really enjoy about it, and you can really see like why boys could get into them. And yes, and it does have that. I mean, it has like fighting and just like it has like fighting and like real like kind of dark conflict. I mean, yeah, just Aladdin. Yeah, it has just stuff for both girls and boys to enjoy. And yes, Aladdin, it is a great film. I mean, bunch of memorable. Yeah, the characters are all memorable. There's of course Aladdin. There's the genie, Jafar, Jasmine, and the Sultan, Abu, Carpet. I mean, yeah, you can just like every character in this movie is really memorable. And yeah, I mean, Jafar, he's looked at as one of the greatest Disney villains, and yes, he is. And yeah. And Jasmine, she's probably like one of the more stronger Disney princesses. But yeah, as I'm talking about Jasmine real quick, let me ask you guys a question. Do you think that Jasmine sort of looks like Kim Kardashian? Because I've been seeing some people say that she does look like Kim Kardashian, and yeah, I can kind of see the resemblance between Jasmine and Kim Kardashian. I mean, they do look kind of similar. I mean, do you see like a similar looks between Jasmine and Kim Kardashian? Because yeah, like I said, I've seen some people say that, which yeah, I can see why they would. And yeah, you of course have like people. Yeah, there's Scott Weinger as Aladdin's speaking voice, while Brad King is Aladdin's singing voice. Linda Larkin as Jasmine's speaking voice, with Leah Salona, is that how it's said? As her singing voice, and there's like Jonathan Freeman as Jafar, Robin Williams as the genie, Gilbert Gottfried as Iago, there's Frank Welker as Abu. I mean, yeah, a pretty good cast of the movie. They all do really good, and yeah, like there's a great setup for the movie. There's great songs in here. Once again, Alan Menken with some great songs, and yeah, Alan Menken actually had two different partners for the songs in this movie. When this movie started like Alan Menken made songs with his usual partner Howard Ashman, but as they were working on the songs for the movie, Howard Ashman sadly died, and so then and Tim Rice took over with Alan Menken, and they did the finish off the songs. And yes, just the songs in here are all great. There's Arabian Nights, One Jump Ahead, Friend Like Me, A Whole New World. I mean, yeah, just yeah, song after song, and yes, they are all great. Just yeah, I mean, Aladdin. While you couldn't say like there are like a couple of like small flaws with it, it is still like the good stuff in here really does outdo the small flaws for this movie. Like really like well like you can't with how great a lot of the stuff is in this movie. It doesn't really make you care that much about the small flaws for the movie because yeah, Aladdin has a lot of great things about it, and yes, it is a really really great movie. I definitely give this another 3.75 stars out of 4. I mean, just a really 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 great and enjoyable movie. Yeah. So yeah, let me just get right into it. Alright, so the movie opens with the song Arabian Nights, and there's like a peddler who was actually also voiced by Robin Williams. And then he like has a small shop, and then he shows the lamp and is starting to tell the tale of Aladdin. Then it shows like Gazim giving Gazim, who's like a thief, giving Jafar like peace to he's to actually help find the lamp, and then it reveals the Cave of Wonders, and as Jafar is trying to send Gazim inside the cave to retrieve the lamp, the cave then uh, it comes alive, and the cave then reveals that only the diamond in the rough is allowed to enter the cave. And even then, the cave then just collapses and just like basically swallows up Gazim. Then Jafar then decides that he needs to find the diamond in the rough to enter the cave. Then it shows Aladdin in Agrabah, shown that he's stolen a loaf of bread, and the guards are trying to catch Aladdin. And yeah, Aladdin and Abu are eventually able to escape from the guards, and as they're about to feast on the bread, they then find two starving kids looking for food, so Aladdin and Abu end up giving them their bread. And then it shows like there's another possible suitor for Princess Jasmine heading to the palace. And then, yeah, it turned out that Prince Ahmed just ended up storming out after feeling insulted after he was basically violated by Jasmine's pet tiger Raja. And Jasmine's father, the Sultan, is just trying to tell Jasmine that she must be married to a prince by her next birthday by law. And the Sultan's just telling Jasmine that he just wants to make sure she's taken care of. And of course, like Jasmine, she's just unhappy about her life and causing her to just say that she doesn't want to be a princess anymore. And then, like, Jafar then confronts the Sultan. He tries to tell the Sultan that he may know of a way to find a suitor for Jasmine, but he'll need the diamond from the Sultan's ring to do it. And it turned out it was just uh, something Jafar needed to locate who could actually enter the Cave of Wonders. And there's also like some kind of subplot in this movie where Jafar actually is trying to dethrone the Sultan and take over. Then it just showed like Jasmine then deciding to just run away because she just doesn't want to have her life lived for her. And the next day in the marketplace, Aladdin then like sees Jasmine, and of course he falls for her. And after like Jasmine is caught like stealing an apple for a little boy, the street vendor was about to like cut her arm off, I guess, but Aladdin then saved Jasmine, just telling the vendor that she's his sister and she's crazy. See, and then he takes all Jasmine off with her. And then Jafar then finally then did locate Aladdin, who was the diamond in the rough, with some kind of contraption that Yaga was literally running. And then Jafar decided to come up with a plan to bring Aladdin to the palace by having the guards capture him. And the guards then eventually found both Aladdin and Jasmine in Aladdin's home. And Aladdin, Jasmine, and Abu tried to escape from the guards, but the guards ended up capturing Aladdin. But yeah, Jasmine tried to get the guards to free Aladdin after she revealed who she was to the guards, but the guards just told Jasmine that their orders are from Jafar and she'll have to talk to him about it. And as Jasmine was confronting Jafar about what happened, Jafar was just trying to tell Jasmine that Aladdin was a criminal and he was being punished for kidnapping her. And Jasmine then told Jafar that she wasn't kidnapped, that she ran away. And yeah, Jafar just ended up like just lying to Jasmine, telling her that Aladdin's sentence was already carried out and he was beheaded. And of course Jasmine was just crushed by it. And then eventually, as Aladdin was just held prisoner in the dungeon, Abu then rescued him after like Abu did his famous impersonation of Jasmine. And then it showed like there was a supposed old man as a prisoner in the dungeon. Also, it turned out it was just Jafar in disguise, and just basically manipulating Aladdin into going to the Cave of Wonders to retrieve the lamp for him. And then when they eventually arrived at the Cave of Wonders after escaping from the dungeon, after Jafar had found an opening in the dungeon wall, yeah, the cave then allowed Aladdin to go in, but the cave told Aladdin not to touch anything inside but the lamp. And as Aladdin and Abu then were searching for the lamp inside the cave, they then came across a magic carpet that Aladdin felt could help them, and carpet then led them to the location of the lamp. And as Aladdin went to retrieve the lamp, Abu then just found a huge jewel, and then he just ended up grabbing it. And then the cave knew what was going on. It was just as Aladdin retrieved the lamp. And then the cave just told them that since they touched treasure, that they would never again see the light of day. And then everything inside the cave just started to burn and melt. And Carpet tried to get Aladdin and Abu out from the cave. And they got back to the opening of the cave. But Aladdin was holding on to the edge of the cave after Carpet got pinned down by a huge rock, and he asked Jafar for help. And Jafar told Aladdin to first give him the lamp before he helps him, which he did. And Jafar was actually going to kill Aladdin, but then Abu bit Jafar's arm, and then Aladdin and Abu just fell back into the cave, and Carpet was able to break their fall after freeing himself from the rock. And then the cave once again just then collapsed. And then Jafar then saw that he no longer had the lamp. And then Abu revealed to Aladdin that he had the lamp now. And Aladdin thought he saw something written on the lamp, and then he rubbed it to try to make it out. And then, of course, then we had the genie then released from the lamp. And then, the genie just told Aladdin that Aladdin was now his master, and he now has 3 wishes. wishes. And the genie told Aladdin that there were a few rules about the wishes, that he couldn't kill, couldn't make anyone fall in love, and he can't bring people back from the dead. And then Aladdin just basically ended up tricking the genie to freeing them from the cave without Aladdin actually wishing for it, after Aladdin making some doubtful comments to the genie. And yeah, the genie then just blasted them right out of the cave. Then, after Jasmine told her father about what Jafar had done to Aladdin, Sultan confronted Jafar about it, and Jafar, apologized for it. And Jafar and Iago realized that once Jasmine does find a suitor, then she could get rid of the both of them by banishing or even killing them. Then Iago came up with a plan for Jafar to become the suitor for Jasmine, and she would marry him, and he'd become Sultan, and then they could just kill Sultan and Jasmine. And then after Aladdin, Abu, Genie, and Carpet came down to the ground. Aladdin then actually revealed to the genie that he didn't actually make a wish to get out of the cave, and Genie did it on his own. And then, yeah, Genie just told Aladdin that he wouldn't have any more freebies. And as Aladdin was thinking of what to wish for with his three wishes, he asked the genie what he would wish for, and the genie told Aladdin that he'd actually wish for freedom because he's actually a prisoner forced to grant wishes and live inside his lamp. And then, Genie wanted freedom, but he said that the only way he could actually get freedom is if his master wished for it. And Aladdin promised the genie that he would use his third wish to set the genie free. Then Aladdin told the genie about Jasmine, and even though that genie couldn't make people fall in love, Aladdin wanted to find a way to have Jasmine fall in love with him, and so he used his first wish for the genie to make him a prince, which Genie did. And he also transformed Abu into an elephant for a transportation mode for Aladdin. And and as Jafar was trying to confront Sultan about Jasmine marrying him with his plan, he tried to hypnotize the Sultan with his staff. It was funny. As Jafar was trying to get Sultan to say stuff, he was trying to make Sultan say that Sultan would order the princess to marry Jafar. And as Sultan was starting to say that, he just broke out of it and told Jafar he's so old. And then it just showed then Aladdin, who was now going under the name of Prince Ali Babwa. The genie was just leading him into the city. And then they eventually entered the palace. And Sultan felt that maybe Prince Ali could be the proper suitor for Jasmine, but Jafar thought otherwise, and all three of them were just talking about what they should do for Jasmine, and Jasmine, of course, was not happy about the three of them trying to decide her future. And Aladdin was just trying to think of a way to get Jasmine to love him, and because she obviously felt that she wasn't going to listen to him. Genie tried to tell Aladdin that he should tell Jasmine the truth about who he is, but Aladdin didn't want to because he felt that Jasmine would just laugh at him for being a street rat. So so Aladdin just decided to go see her, and Jasmine was once again starting to reject him, but then she started to recognize him, but Prince Ali was just saying that he would never be seen in the marketplace like when she found Aladdin in. And the genie as a bee trying to tell Aladdin what to say. And it seemed that Jasmine was starting to fall for Aladdin, but it turned out that she was just basically using him and setting him up. But after like Aladdin was then like just agreeing with Jasmine that she just is not one to be one for, he then just like fell off of the balcony and showed that he had his magic carpet, and then he took Jasmine on a flight through the carpet through the world. And then Jasmine just ended up then just tricking Aladdin head into just revealing that he is who she saw before. And one and yeah, she was just telling Aladdin to tell her the truth about who he is, and Aladdin once again lied, just telling her that he just dresses as a peasant sometimes to escape a royal life stress, and that he really is a prince, and she believed him, of course. And after Aladdin brought Jasmine home, then the palace guards once again attacked him in the orders of Jafar. Then they knocked him out and shackled him to a ball and chain and just threw him off a cliff into the water where he was starting to drown. But then Genie then saved Aladdin after Aladdin used his second wish for Genie to save him. And yeah, Genie returned Aladdin back to the palace, and yeah, Jasmine was like real happy about what happened. And then yeah, Jafar then was just like once again attempting to hypnotize the Sultan to agreeing for Jasmine to marry him. And then Aladdin then popped up, and yeah, Yago almost swore, but yeah, this was like something Gilbert Gottfried actually did when doing the voice recordings. He was just ad-libbing some of his lines, and he then remembered it was a Disney film, which just stopped him. Yeah, and then Aladdin then realized that Jafar was actually hypnotizing the Sultan, and then Aladdin destroyed Jafar's staff and just told the Sultan what Jafar was actually doing to him. Then the Sultan tried to have Jafar arrested, but then Jafar then fled. But he also saw that Prince Ali had the lamp, and then Jafar then realized that he was Aladdin. And yeah, it was funny. Yeah, there was a funny scene where Yago was like starting to pack because he felt that Jafar and him had to get out of there, and he was packing stuff, and he had a picture. It's like, how about this picture? I think I'm making a weird face in it. I feel like Jafar's laughing right there may have actually been some genuine laughter from Jonathan Freeman, because how can you not laugh at that, really? Yeah, and then, yeah, Jafar just told Yago that Yago was going to be the one to retrieve the lamp. And after Sultan realized that Jasmine had finally chosen a suitor, he then and decided that the two of them would be married, and he also told Prince Ali that he'd become Sultan. And after that, then Aladdin was just like starting to realize that he really couldn't do all of this on his own, and he was just told the genie he couldn't set him free. And then like Aladdin thought he heard Jasmine calling for him, but it turned out it was just Yago with Jasmine's voice. And yeah, it was just something to lure Aladdin away. And then Yago, then retrieved the lamp. And as Sultan was announcing to the kingdom of Agrabah that Jasmine finally chose a suitor, which then showed Jafar then releasing the genie, and Jafar then told the genie he's his master now. Jafar used his first wish to become Sultan, and then the Sultan was then just basically stripped of his clothes, and they then went on to Jafar, and then Jafar then revealed that he now has control of the genie. And after Jasmine refused to bow down to Jafar as Sultan, then Jafar used his second wish to become a powerful sorcerer. And then, Jafar then just he used his magic to just get Jasmine Sultan to bow down to him, and he transformed Raja just into a small tiger cub. Then he transformed Aladdin and Abu back to their normal selves. And then he just exiled old Aladdin, Boo, and then Carpet followed, and just till like a frozen wasteland. And they eventually then do escape from there, and then they then return back to Agrabah, and after like Jasmine is refusing to become Jafar's queen, Jafar then tries to use his last wish to get Jasmine to fall in love with him, but of course, like, since Genie couldn't make anyone fall in love, he couldn't do that. But Jasmine then just like put on an act to make Jafar think that his wish was granted, and it just tried to distract Jafar to allow Aladdin to get the lamp, and Boo stopped Iago from telling Jafar that Aladdin was there, and then it showed and Jafar and Jasmine then kissing, and then Jafar finally caught Aladdin, and then Aladdin tried to fight Jafar off while the others tried to retrieve the lamp, but they couldn't do it. Jafar placed Jasmine in an hourglass. He transformed a Boo into a toy and caused Carpet to unravel. And then Jafar then just transformed into a giant cobra and fought Aladdin. Then Aladdin just ended up getting ensnared. But Aladdin pointed out to Jafar that Genie still has more power than Jafar, and Genie could actually take Jafar's power away. And realizing that Aladdin was really right, Jafar then just used his third wish to become a genie himself. And the genie then transformed Jafar into his own genie. But it also then Jafar's own lamp then appeared, and then then Jafar realized like what would actually happen to him now that he's a genie, and then Aladdin stuck Jafar back into his own lamp, and Jafar like pulled Iago in with him, and then all of Jafar's magic was just broken and everything turned back to normal. And the genie just threw Jafar's lamp right back into the Cave of Wonders. And after Genie really saw that Aladdin and Jasmine really were in love, Genie told Aladdin that he still had one wish left and he could use it to become a prince again. But Aladdin still then wished for Genie's freedom. And then, Genie was then set free from his lamp, and the Sultan then decided to alter the law and allow Jasmine to marry whoever she chooses. And then, of course, she chose Aladdin, and then, Genie then said goodbye to everybody and then left to see the world, and then, it just showed then Aladdin and Jasmine celebrating their engagement together and just flying off on the carpet, and the movie ended with showing the moon and the words "the end" appeared underneath, and then showed like the genie's face like laughing in the moon, and then like Genie just lifted it up and just said "made you look." And so that's how it ended. So 3.75 stars out of 4. Just a really, really great movie, and I really do love it a lot. Alright, so that does it for my review of Aladdin. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.